All right. So, Lash, welcome back. First of all, you look amazing. And 26 years of doing these gift boxes. Tell me about it.
We have had so much fun. I mean, the Grammys is not just music's biggest night, but it's also one of my favorite weeks of the year. I get to see some friends I haven't seen for a while. We get to load up some talent with some amazing gifts. And really, for me, it's about sharing some of the things that I'm using in my real life. Like I start every morning with my greens first. This is the OG of greens powders. They're actually celebrating their 25th anniversary. So each scoop actually has over 40 different superfoods. It's got pre and probiotics and fiber and basically everything you need to start your day off right. So that we're excited to share. We've got Frontera Wines back with us. They're the official wine partner of the Grammys. So if folks aren't able to get to the Grammy Awards and celebrate with their favorite artist, they can actually crack open a bottle of Frontera wines right at home. These are the best-selling Chilean wines in the United States. We've got Flouse. These are incredible. These are the world's first electric flossers. So everyone has an electric toothbrush, but most of us don't floss. In fact, only 30% of Americans actually floss daily. So Flouse is actually changing that. And then our friends at MGA Entertainment are bringing some of their most popular brands, including Bratz, which is also celebrating their 25th anniversary, and Bratzies. So these are the clip-on charms that you put on your backpack or purse or belt, sold out across the country, but they pulled some strings and they brought them in for the Grammy talent.
That is so cute. I can't believe brats are that old. I feel old now, but I didn't know they were around that long.
We had them in our first ever Grammy gift lounge for the first couple of years. So for me, it's a full circle moment. So we love having them back. We also love sort of introducing new and innovative products. We've never worked with this brand before. It's called Groa. And it's a shower head. And yes, it's sleek and amazing and has great pressure, but it also has a special technology that uses less water. So for folks who are looking to conserve water and do the right thing for the planet, we're hooking them up with the Groa shower heads. Oh, and this product, this is amazing. So this is from, here's the box, Amos Sweets. So they're bringing together and merging candy and music. So these are musical lollipops. And when you put it in your mouth, it actually plays music that you can hear in your own head using bone conduction technology. These were such a hit at the Latin Grammys. They were the talk of CES. And so we're delighted to have them with us in the Grammy Gift Lounge.
That is amazing. I want to know about the technology behind that because I've never heard of that before. That's pretty cool.
I can only tell you so much. Science is not my thing. I know it uses bone conducting technology. I know that the way the sound waves travel through your jawbone, you can actually hear it. They've got all these different types of music. It blows people's minds when they put this in their mouth, and to see their reactions, it's really, really quite fantastic. Also, I can't wait to see their reaction when they put on and get under their Minky Couture. These are the most incredible blankets, and not just because the quality is amazing and they feel soft, but the story behind the brand is incredible. This line was started by a mom who had a sick daughter, and she wanted her to have something cozy and beautiful while she was in the hospital. And so she created the first ever Minky Couture blanket for her daughter. And now they are a huge success. In fact, they donated $5.5 million worth of blankets last year alone to NICUs, children's hospitals, communities in need. So I just love what they're doing at Minky Couture.
That is incredible. I love the story behind that. And that's absolutely amazing that they were able to do that for so many children in need. That's beautiful. Now, how do you decide what to put in there? Because I see so many amazing products. Like I see a little Hello Kitty behind you. I see Debrat's book behind you. I see another little doll there. How do you decide what to put in there? Because there's so many great things to choose from.
We've been doing this for a long time. So we have all sorts of brand connections. We work with different publishers who are always looking to send us amazing books, like our friends over at HarperCollins and Amistad sent us the Debrat and Judy book, The Way Love Goes. Brand new, such an amazing memoir from these two incredible ladies. We've got a Bing Crosby biography as well that's really quite amazing. He was the recipient of the first ever Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award, so that's kind of a lovely thing to include. For 15 years now, we've included Grosse. This is an incredible line of jewelry.
Ooh,
So
those are
it's
gorgeous.
this really, really beautiful 6-layer plating method with precious metal. So it's got this brilliance. This is another one of their necklaces. So really, really beautiful jewelry as well.
That is incredible. Now, tell me a bit of how you evolved since you've been doing this for 26 years, even though you're only 27. So, how did
Well,
you just,
thanks to my friends over at Davina Dermatology. So we have some incredible gifts for them. This is a $2,500 consultation with Dr. Hakim, and you
ooh,
get her laser treatments and Botox and filler, whatever you need. So I went and saw her recently. They always say that, to look your best, you need to have a good appointment with a dermatologist. So that's what I'm now doing that I'm over 50. So yes, I've been doing this for a long time, and it's just really fun. We have the brand connections. We reach out to brands. We're dialing for dollars like most companies as well. But we also have a lot of brands who are reaching out to us to say, we've got a new product, we're launching it, we'd love to launch it with you at the Grammys.
and what would you say was your favorite thing that you've had in one of these boxes over the years?
Oh my gosh, I've had so many favorites. I mean, things that changed my life. Like I literally got one of these Minky Couture blankets right before Christmas, and I've been under it every single day. I had LASIK eye surgery back in the day when we first launched it. That changed my life from the vision perspective. Seeing Dr. Hakim, I mean, no joke. I had these sunspots on my face that I was having to cover with makeup every time I left the house. One treatment with her incredible laser, and it literally disappeared after one treatment. So I think that sometimes people forget that there's technology out there to help them if there's something that they are upset about or frustrated about physically. So those sorts of gifts are fun to share. Sometimes it's the little things like these immunity products from Beekeepers Naturals. So, when you're on the go and you're an artist on a tour bus or going to concerts and you're away from home, those sorts of things are great. This artwork is incredible. This is a little
Pretty.
version of the 3 foot square paintings that he does, 4 feet as well. We just installed some art in the home of Angela Bassett as well as Tashina Arnold. And this is from Croveblit Fine Art. He does these resin coated originals that are just fantastic. So each of the artists is musical artists, is going to go home with artwork from David Croveblit worth between anywhere from $7,500 to $15,000. So this is a pretty great gift.
Nice. And what would be your dream product to have in a box? Like if you could work with any company, any kind of product, what would you love to have in there?
Well, I'm personally always into the beauty aisle of a gift bag, so I'm a cheap date. I love beauty products. I love those. I slather them on every day. This year, we actually are working with Urban Decay. They're doing a whole sampler of their best-selling cosmetics. This is their setting spray, their all-nighter, which is fantastic. But on the high-end side, I really have always wanted to do like a car. Like now, I'd like to do an electric car. Maybe get them a whole year lease on an electric car of some sort. We've done like short-term leases back in the day, but I want to be like the Oprah of gift bags and just give everybody a car. So maybe one day.
That is amazing. And how do you think you evolved as a person working in the gift giving product? Like you started 26 years ago. And how do you
Yeah.
think you evolved as a person as you started doing this? I mean, I know how amazing you are, so I want to know how your story evolved.
Oh, that's so sweet. I think the evolution has been one of simplicity. I think that sometimes as we get older, we get very jaded about life and work and all of that stuff. And I think that doing something like this, look, I'm not saving the world, but I do find in these times where there's so much bad news on a almost seemingly minute by minute basis, that it's really nice to celebrate nice moments, whether it's your first Grammy nomination or the fact that you're going to be part of the Grammy Awards for the 15th time and you just are feeling sort of nostalgic and amazing about it. And that we get to give these gifts to these folks who have touched our lives and to see their reactions when they get the gifts, to realize that you can be John Legend and Chrissy Teigen and have everything, but when you get a gift bag that you get to share with your family and go through it, and you see that it's fun and exciting for them, and you go to a celebrity's home and you see the candles that you had given them in their bathroom, or you see the wine on their counter, it's just very gratifying to sort of do a small thing that touches people's lives and brings a smile to their face. And so I'd say that for me, it's sort of that recognition that sometimes it's the simple things.
Nice. Now, who are you looking forward to meeting when you work on giving out these gift guides? Are you going to be meeting everybody, or how's that going to work for you?
It's very, very busy, so I don't necessarily meet each and every artist that comes through, but, sometimes it's just nice to run into people I haven't seen for a while. Like I haven't seen my buddy L. Cool J for ages. I'd love to run into him. Taylor Dane is supposed to be there working with the incredible organization that we're working with called the 100 Billion Meals Challenge. So haven't seen her for a few years. I think it was before COVID. So for me, it's sort of about running into folks that I haven't necessarily seen for a while. Jimmy Jam is also part of that 100 Billion Meals Challenge, and he's been such a supporter of ours. Yes, he's a Grammy-winning legend, but he's also got this philanthropic heart, so it's lovely to have him be part of what we're doing. So it'll be great.
It sounds almost like a high school reunion when you get to see all these people and talk to them. That's amazing.
It does feel a bit like that, NSYNC back in the day, they were some of our first guests, and to this day, if I, have a text exchange with Joey Fatone, who was always my favorite NSYNCer, it really does feel like running into somebody that you grew up at high school with. So that's a great analogy.
Nice. And you so mentioned also you might be you're doing the Oscars next month, correct?
Yeah, we don't do it in the same way. There's no official Oscars gifting. They haven't done that, I think, for 12 or 15 years. So we do our own independent gifting for that, where we pick the top 25 nominees in the acting and directing categories. And we do this over the top. Last year, I think it was worth just over $200,000 for each of the nominees. It includes trips and all sorts of amazing treatments and stuff. Because the quantity is so small, we get some, very, very big and expensive trips and things that even though a brand might want to do the Grammys, they can't give out 150 of them, but they can do 25. So it's got a very different sort of vibe to it, but ultimately the same thing. A big bag, a suitcase actually, full of amazing products that we deliver to the nominees, and especially the first time nominees, when they get one of these for the first time, they're like, this is all for me. Like it's just such an incredible over the top assortment of stuff. So that's the reaction we always like.
That is so cool. I can't wait to see their reactions and hear all about it. And what's next after the award season is over? Do you have other projects that you work on? What else do you do throughout the year?
Well, award season is never over because
That is
once we
true,
finish
yeah.
one award season, we roll right into the next. So we're already going to be start working the day after we wrap up the Grammys on the Emmys, which will be in September. I have other projects. I'm working with an incredible interior designer, C Bespoke, and we're working with a number of different talent who lost their home during the fires, and working with them to do a rebuild and design their whole home. So sometimes I do direct placement for clients with specific talent. So sometimes I just take a break. So it just really depends.
Nice. And what do you think you see yourself doing in the next 10 years when it comes to these gift boxes? Do you have any other big things that you want to work on, or how do you want to make it next level?
I don't know that I hope to be working in 10 years. We'll see. I'm very old, Sammy. I'm hoping to be retired in 10 years. We'll have to see. But if I am still doing the Grammys and all these award shows in 10 years, I'm hoping that it's still going to be bringing smiles to people's faces. If anything about this heated rivalry, insanity that's going on across the country teaches us anything, it's that there's always new talent. There's always people who are becoming famous for the first time and new celebrities hitting the pavement. So, we always have a fresh crop of celebrities to gift. So, all the best new artists at the Grammys this year, there'll be another whole batch next year. So, more people to gift, more gifts to give. It's just sort of like the cycle continues.
Tell me out of the 26 years you've been doing this, what was your top favorite celebrity that you met and why?
Well, that's easy. It was Bette Midler. So, I'm an old school gay. So Bette and Barbara are my jam. So I got to meet both of them at the Grammys. The Barbara meeting was very, very quick, but I actually got to have an extended interaction with Bette Midler, which I will remember always. I have the thank you note she sent me framed here in my office, and it was just like a lovely moment. So a lot of these artists, yes, they're amazing, but they're not necessarily people that, are part of your day-to-day life that you think about, that you're inspired by, that, you're obsessed is probably the wrong word. But I was a little obsessed with Barbara and Bette back in the day, and their music really impacted me. So to be able to meet people that you respect on that level and that have touched your life, and to be able to give something back to them in some small way is pretty exciting.
That is wonderful. And I'm a fan of them as well. I grew up listening to their music. My mom is a huge Bet and Barbara fan, so I love their music and their legends. So I think it's amazing that you got to meet them. That's
We
amazing.
delivered a gift bag to Barbara's home last spring during the AMA week. We just picked some of our, favorite iconic musicians to gift, and she actually called the office personally to thank us. Unfortunately, I did not pick up the phone that day, but my assistant picked it up and said that she was lovely, and she just, couldn't have been a nicer person to take the time out of her day. I mean, it's Barbara friggin' Streisand. She did not need to personally call to thank us for the gift bag, but she did.
That's beautiful. And one thing I like asking people that I interview, tell me something fun about yourself that's not related to your work, like a fun fact.
A fun fact, I don't know that I have fun facts. I'm a very boring person. I love to play tennis and watch movies and TV. I'm one of those people, I work to live, I don't live to work. So if I don't have to work, I don't work. I could spend all day home just baking and watching TV and listening to music and putzing around the house and doing projects. And so for me, it's really just about enjoying a beautiful day. That's part of why I live in Los Angeles. I can get on my bike, go for a bike ride, go play tennis, go for a run. So it's sort of enjoying nature and environment that I really, really like. But unfortunately, I have to work. So in the meantime, everybody gets gifts.
I love that. And what is your signature thing that you like to bake? Because I am a cookbook author too, so I love cooking and
Oh, I
baking.
did not know that. So I'm not into pies or rolling out dough. So I like an easy pie, but like I won't do dough. Like if I have to make the pie crust myself. I love cakes and cupcakes are my thing, and cookies. So those are sort of the three categories. Sort of probably my signature thing. I use the knockoff recipe of the Tom Cruise coconut cake that I serve
Ooh,
at my birthday and holiday party every year. And everyone who's gotten a Tom Cruise cake says it's even better than the Doan's Bakery one. So that's one of my signatures.
nice. I love that. I got to try that one. That's one of the few things I haven't tried to make yet, but
Oh, I'll send you the recipe. It's
I would
like
love that. Yeah.
it's an easy recipe. It's got some things you wouldn't expect in it. Like I think the secret ingredient is that you put a box of you don't cook the gelatin or the Jello pudding, but you put a pudding mix in it, the coconut
Ooh,
pudding mix, and it gives it like this really heavy texture.
I love that. I'm going to definitely have to try that. And we mentioned movies and TV. What are you watching?
I try to watch everything. Like most people, I did watch Heated Rivalry, of course. So that was enjoyable. I watch all the Oscar screeners, so I try to sort of stay on top of those. So I just watched Sentimental Value, or I should say, I just read Sentimental Value. So because it had so many subtitles, I had to do a bit of reading, which is not my favorite way to watch a movie. One of my favorite movies of the season was actually Song Sung Blue. I know a lot of people didn't put it high on their acclaim list, but I just found it so enjoyable. It reminded me how much I loved Neil Diamond music, so I've been listening to the soundtrack. I was so happy that Kate got a nomination because I thought her performance was really incredible. I'm a Timmy Chalamet fan, so I loved Marty Supreme and loved seeing Gwyneth Paltrow back on the big screen. So I try to watch all the stuff.
Nice. Yeah. So many good things this year. I don't know how they picked what to do and narrowed it down because everything was so good this year. It's like narrowing it down was just even for me when I was trying to pick my favorite things this year, it's like it's just too much. I can't do it. It's so many good things this year.
I feel like that's true every year. There's always so many great things, but everybody has their own thing, right? Like some people watched Sinners and thought it was the best thing they ever saw. Like I watched it and enjoyed it, but it's like, oh, it's a vampire movie. Like I didn't necessarily get it from the acclaim standpoint, but I certainly enjoyed it. And you can never go wrong seeing Michael B. Jordan on the big screen.
I know, right?
Lots of options. Different strokes for different folks.
Very true, very true. And tell us where we can follow you on social media so we can continue to follow your amazing career and life because you're incredible. I interview you so many times and
Oh,
each time I love you even more.
you're very, very sweet. Just go head over to Swag Assets on Instagram is the easiest place.
Wonderful. Well, I'll make sure everyone follows you. Lash, as always, it's a pleasure, and I can't wait to do this again soon.
You too. Great to see you. Enjoy the snow.
Likewise. Yes, and you enjoy the beautiful weather that you have.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Talk to you soon.